I'm so excited today to have Jaree Bowers talk to us about your financial freedom, financial health, financial wealth. Your wealth, your health, and your relationships are the most important things that we have as humans. And we've been talking a lot about your health. And so today I want to talk about all of those things with Jaree and things that I didn't know were possible, that were out there to actually help protect your money. She has information that you can invest your money, you can still gain money, but you can also have zero loss. And we don't talk about that enough. Is that correct, Jaree?
Yes, I totally believe that. Yes. And the thing is, Sherry, it's so simple to just give all the options that people have. It's just not a topic that we're speaking of because there's not a whole lot of money on the table for the traditional financial advisor if they share with you what I'm going to share with you today. And I believe that is in large part why they don't share it. And other reasons because they don't understand it. They weren't taught anything about it. So therefore, they don't share it. Again, it's just a circle that goes around and around. But thank you so much, Sherry, for having me on. I am so excited. And I just love that you are all about health and giving the education for people to change their lives permanently. And wow, the information you share just blows my mind because I didn't know. And here I am in my 50s and I didn't know. Oh my gosh.
And that's how I felt about working with you. Like, I didn't know there were places that you can invest your money where you can take advantage of the growth, but not have the losses on that end. Like, I had never been taught that till I met you. And I was like, wait, tell me more. Where can I put money that I'm not going to lose it?
Right. And the thing is, with what I do intentionally is to share the information for free because I believe that we should all be educated on everything that we have the option to learn about so that we can create our own financial legacy. The bottom line is it's not about, it shouldn't be about just taking your money, taking all of your information into the traditional financial advisor's office and just saying, here you go, and then walking out with your fingers crossed, just hoping that everything turns out right. In fact, it should be that you are educated properly and that you're educated fully to understand what zero loss strategies are. And those strategies are all about protecting your money. The wealthiest people of this country, the world, I mean world, okay, know that if they protect their money and they protect their lives, the legacy wealth will continue down the line forever and ever. That is what all of the big names you've ever heard about do. And it was always kept from us. Isn't that funny? So now it's time to break the mold, break the box, and say, all right, nope, we're going to share with everybody. We're going to make sure that you fully understand all the options that you have, all of the different, we'll say, vehicles that you have available to you. And then you can make a better informed, educated decision for your future. For goodness sake, it's your future. It's your money. It's
Right.
not their money. It's your money.
Right. And I actually, one of the things we were talking about a couple weeks ago was I actually took money out of the bank and they wanted to know why I was withdrawing money. And so I just put investment because that was the easiest thing to do. And I got 3 phone calls wanting to know what exactly I was investing in, why I was taking the money out, and did I trust who I was giving it to? And so I'm like, yes, like I know what I'm doing as long as it goes to the person that I'm asking you to transfer it to, then yes, I know where the money's going. But they would not release my money until I told them exactly what I was doing with that money.
And see, that is astounding what in ever before have you ever heard of a bank saying what investment? Where are you putting this money? No, they have always just released the money to the right account that you are requesting. Maybe there was a follow-up call to make sure that you are doing this because there is fraud going on out there, but not to drill you over what investment are you making. I'm telling you right now, there is so much that we do not know that is going on in the background. And I am not trying to say that I'm this major conspiracy theorist or any of that. I just think that it is astounding that we would be asked, you would be asked a question like that. Like, are you kidding me?
And
It
not
just,
just not just when I went to the bank to sign the paperwork, but two more phone calls after that. And then the third one was like, well, I need to know exactly what it is, or we're not going to release it. I was like, but it's my money. Like, like I put it in, I should be able to take it out. It's just crazy. So that's why I
yeah,
wanted our viewers to talk to you and hear what options they have that they can put their money if they don't want to put it into a standard financial institution, right?
right.
And you don't have to have a lot of money to start this.
No, you don't. And that's the other thing. I mean, if you don't want the hassle, if you don't want to get told, or questioned or drilled like you have been, you've been through in the last few days, then you seriously need to consider the zero loss strategies. And what does that look like? Well, it looks like creating an account that you accumulate cash. You can do it in lump sums, you can do it in monthly sums. It doesn't have to be a lot. You can start with $100 or you can start with several $100,000. It's really up to what you want to do. And obviously, after we have educated you on what you should do or what we think is going to be best for you, then you make your decision. Accumulate all that money and set it up so that you can receive distribution, kind of like a private pension, which I know there's not a lot of people out there that even have those anymore. They've kind of gone by the wayside, if you noticed. But what we do is we set it up so that you can then receive that money once you hit retirement or when you get to a place where you just don't want to work like you did before. And it's all protected so that it will not be charged all those huge taxes that we've all experienced from the traditional plans because it's protecting your cash. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into it than just those three little things, and that's a further conversation. But I'm just telling you, the reason why it's a zero loss strategy is simply because you don't have to lose ever. You're never going to lose any money. So when the market goes up, you're going to go up with the market performance. And when the market falls, you hold. You hold. So if let's say you have $100,000 and your account was going along, you're just fine. You got this 100 grand. The market goes up and it goes up 15%. You go up with it. And then you have your new account balance like everybody's used to. But let's say that the market then drops like it did in 2008. Oh my goodness, I'm old enough to experience that one. you know?
Me too.
So, but then when the market dropped that 50%, what happened? Everybody's accounts dropped 50%. Well, guess what? Not yours. You are holding, if it went up that 15%, then you've got $115,000 and that's where you stay. Now, when the next year it goes up again, you go up with the market as well. So what makes it not too good to be true, Sherry, is the fact that there are caps, okay? There are caps. So if your cap is at 12% and the market went up 13% or 15%, you're going to give up a little bit of that upside to never lose a single dollar. That's massive. And then, not to mention, you get to use your money the way you want to use your money. You get to invest your money if it's set correctly by a professional who knows what they're doing, like me, right?
Right.
Then you get to use that money for other investments. And all the while, you're still growing in your account. It is an incredible plan. But at the end of all of it, your money is protected. So let's just say that your traditional plans, your 401ks, your IRAs, and all of those, the Roth plans and all of those plans, they don't have that protection level, because when it goes up, it goes up, and when it goes down, it goes down, and we all know that. And what's the first statement that everybody says? Oh, don't worry about it. You have time to make up for loss. In these accounts, you're never making up for loss. I think that's smart, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah, maybe you're not going to make a 30% upswing, but you're darn sure not going to fall 30% either, like we've been experiencing. A lot of people have lost a tremendous amount of money. And it makes sense. All those mega wealthy people are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's happening in the market? I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of them are taking massive chunks of money out of the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. And the reason I don't consider that a loss, and even though it's only 12% cap, what over the 20 years that I had my money in the market, it goes up and it goes down. So if you look, you've only made an 8 to 12% gain anyway, because you lose so much and then it comes up. So it ends up, being a wash. And investing with you, you still make the same returns, but you don't lose any.
But
So
you don't lose
peace of
any.
mind.
That's it. And so the long-term plan, you're going to be at least 10% over everyone else, if not more, because you never had to make up for loss.
Right.
That's the point. Let's say you have $100,000 in the market and it dropped that 50% like it did in 208. I'm just saying that as a reference because everybody knows what that was, right? So if it dropped that 50% and their money went down to $50,000, now what would happen if your $50,000, the market went up 50% again? Well, most people will say, oh, well, I have my $100,000 back. No, you have 50% of the 50. That is not $100,000. That is $25,000 that you just gained. How long do you think that it would take for your money to get back to that $100,000, which is square one at the very beginning? Well, it can take years.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in retirement age, not a good idea. If you're getting close to retirement age, not a good idea. And I'm just going to say, I don't care if you're 20 years old and people are saying, oh, you got time to make up for loss. Well, why would make up for loss even be part of the things that are coming out of their mouth? No, not when you've got an opportunity to put your money into an account that is not ever going to lose, and it's still going to gain and hold, gain, hold, gain, hold. You're going to outpace everybody in the long run. And that is just smart money to me. It's smart money. It's not stick your head in the sand and cross your fingers and hope and pray that it's going to work out in your favor.
Right. Right. And again, until I met you, I didn't even know that this was an option. It's yeah. So, I mean, I'm so grateful that I know that. I wish I had known that before I got cancer, because, you have other options besides that too. But, once you get cancer, there are certain things that you can't do with your money until you're 5 years cancer free. And so I didn't meet you until after the cancer. So there were certain things that I couldn't do for me, but I was able to do for my daughter.
Right, right. And that has been such a tremendous blessing for so much peace of mind for your daughter and yourself, because we know that regardless she's never going to lose her money. And when the market goes up, she's going to go up. And that is such a peace of mind thing. You really can go to sleep at night knowing that even if the market crashes, you're not in jeopardy. That's a big deal. And yeah, I know, when you get that C word, it is just the most awful experience. And the system is not set up in your favor, Sherry. And I'm so sorry for that, because what happens is you have to wait for such a period of time. And it's 5 years. You have to wait so that then we can look into your health and everything that goes with it so that we can get you an account. And it's really sad because if you've got a clean bill of health, then you should be able to utilize those accounts that really make best sense for you. Unfortunately, that is the way the system has been set up. And that experience is not the greatest. I am so sorry you've been through it.
No, but that's why I want to talk about this because, everyone that's younger than me or hasn't had cancer, if you do this now, you can set yourself up, you can set your kids up, you can set your grandkids up, and you know that you're not going to lose any of that money, especially with what's going on in the world. You don't know. The system this is what they tell you should do with your money, but that's not what the very wealthy do with their money that I have been finding out. So, if
No,
you have money, you need to do what the wealthy people do, right?
that's right.
Even if you don't have that great wealth, you can start out in your 20s. Had I done that and now I'm in my 50s, I would probably have what we figured out $14 million right now. If I had
Yeah.
started out when I was in my 20s with the system that you have now,
Yes.
you
And that's
don't know what you don't know.
incredible. You don't, and that's the thing. If you don't know, then you don't know what you should be doing. And that's why education is so vital right now. And really, whenever you set this up, you know that you are going to get where you're supposed to go when it comes to your financial legacy that you want to build. And that's the other thing. It's about what you want. It's not about me and fees and taking money from you because I don't charge fees. That's another incredible thing. And giving the free education is on purpose because I want to make sure that I'm giving all that I can before any transactions take place. And if that doesn't sound good to you, well, then okay, go in the other person's office and cross your fingers.
Right,
Right,
right. And
right.
you do have free education. So you have is it Wednesday night meetings, Wine,
I
Women,
do.
and Wealth? So you can join that. And then also they can just get a hold of you to get more information if they're interested in this. And I think that every woman should do this, have something for her own, set this up, find out more with Jaree, join her free group and just ask questions and get familiar with her because I'm telling you, it is it's just great peace of mind. So it's almost like when I got cancer and working with Dr. Shockley, because she says if you're not testing, you're guessing. So we test to see what my numbers are. So putting my money with you and knowing at least I don't have to worry that I'm going to wake up and not have that money that I have saved is like peace of mind. So everything that I'm doing is just trying to give myself peace of mind to just live out the life that I have without having to worry about anything and that I know that I'm taken care of. So that's why I'm so grateful for meeting you. How do people connect with you? Where do they find you if they want to work with you or learn more?
Well, they find me on my website. They can email me and they can uh, phone call, text, the traditional way. Phone call would be great. But my Freedom First is all over the place. I've got it on Facebook. I've got it on Alignable. That's a different platform. I've got it all over the place. So really, I can just share all of that information with you. And it doesn't matter. You can contact me however you choose, which is the best way for you, and I will respond. But my website is absolutely amazing and it is My Freedom First. You see this behind me, myfreedomfirst.live. Again, you're living, you're doing what is best for you. And you're going to find out so much more. I didn't even touch the surface on living benefits and the fact that the wealthy leverage living benefits for their legacy. They don't take, when something happens to their health, Sherry, like cancer or heart disease or other things, maybe a car wreck and you get in a chronic situation, they do not deplete their money to take care of the things that need to take place when you're in that situation. A lot of people don't even realize that if you get diagnosed with something that isn't covered, or maybe you have insurance but it doesn't cover that much, or there's just a list that is disgusting about our health care and how it doesn't work,
Right.
and I challenge you to look into that. But people don't understand is that living benefits closes the gap. It literally is accessing your term life insurance. It is term life insurance you don't have to die to use. So what do? They receive that money, they get the alternative care, the whatever they need, they pay off all their debt, whatever that is, and then they roll it into, or they get another account and they continue to use that money. They do all kinds of things that are there for you to learn all about. And those are the things I'm going to share with you if you choose to contact me.
Yeah, and the living benefits are great because if you have to take time off of work like me, you have to be off for weeks. You can also take money out for living expenses and things like that. So,
Yes.
not just pay those bills, but also to be able to live. And again, that's peace of mind. But there's a catch. You have to do it before you get ill. So
Yes.
you need to set up that account before. And again, I didn't learn about any of this stuff till after. So that's why I am sharing this stuff. And I'm grateful that you're sharing this with our listeners because it was something that I didn't know anything about. I had a policy like that. And then I had an agent tell me that I didn't need that and talked me into cashing that in and getting a term life. And again, if I had had that when I got sick, I would have been great. And that's where I would have had that $14 million by now because I took that out when I was in my 20s and then I cashed it in when I was in my 30s. Had I not done that, life would have been much easier now. So that's why I'm sharing this because until I talked to you, I didn't realize that that's what that policy would have done for me when I got sick. So the more that we can share what you do and share this information and help people protect themselves with everything that's going on, I think that, that's just what life is meant to be. It's meant to help people with the knowledge and information you have and share it.
That's exactly it. And I am so sorry that you had that experience and that person did not tell you the right things. I mean, the thing is, too, Sherry, it's just term. It costs so little. We insure our cell phones, we insure our cars, our houses, and everything else, but we don't insure our lives the right way ourselves,
We pay
right?
all of this insurance, but we don't insure ourselves. And we're our most important asset, but somewhere that got lost.
It doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's like everything that you teach. It doesn't make any sense that we were not taught these things when we were in grade school, for goodness sake. We
Right.
could have learned the simple things that you can teach people to change their life forever.
Mhm.
It's the same as this life insurance. It's term life insurance you don't have to die to use. Did I say that again? Yes, it's term life insurance you don't have to die to use. The reason why I keep repeating that is because people don't believe that's real.
Nope, they
The,
don't.
the fact is, it is. But again, they're not told by the traditional person. And why? Because there's not a lot of money on the table for that traditional person that is trying to help you. That's why. But
Yep,
the facts are, there's a whole lot of money on the table for you when you need it the most. And you
exactly.
get to use it how you choose to use it. Nobody's going to tell you, oh, and by the way, you're not going to wait a year for your money to get to your bank either. Or, you're not going to wait for the check to be written for a long period of time or have to go to an attorney or all of the stuff that other insurance plans put you through, right?
Right.
In this specific type, you get your money within a few weeks and it's just astounding. I have seen so many people just take big breaths of air. They're just like, okay, I'm not going to lose my house. I'm not going to lose my car. I'm going to be able to pay everything. The food is still going to be on the table, and I can focus on getting better. I can focus on me now. I'm not going to worry about my children being taken care of because it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, it is.
That's what it's about, Sherry. It really is.
I agree. Yep. And I lived it. And that's why I'm grateful that I met you and that you're sharing this. And so you guys heard it here. If you want to know more about this, please contact Jaree because she is amazing and she will make sure that you get set up and you have peace of mind. And again, you can start with $100 a month. I think we started with $200 a month for Faith a few years ago. And, you know, she's going to be taken care of. And if something happens, you know I have that peace of mind.
Yes, and that's what matters most. That's really at the end of all of it. That's what matters most. We
Yep.
can do all kinds of things to help ourselves, but the peace of mind is volumes. It just speaks volumes. So
Yes.
again, you can contact me at my phone number, which is 623-236-6800, or my email or website. My email is myfreedomfirst@fiveringsfinancial.com.
All right. Thank you so much. And I want to definitely talk about more. So we'll have to do this again.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.